Well, what should people do when they're offered NO Explode and C4?
I'll tell people the same thing I told them at the seminar. Avoid things with the word explode in it. Because normally when you take them, either your heart's going to explode or your ass
anus
is going to explode. The amount of people that I saw taking all these crazy pre-workouts and having to run to the bathroom and shit their brains out was never a good deal.
Yeah. Like, what part of that screams, this is okay?
Well, so...
they like the buzz.
Well, so years ago, and I think I've talked about it, Abadjiev, who was the Bulgarian Olympic lifting coach, he came over to America and he gave this talk on how he would train football players. And I got forwarded the talk. It was translated, but he wrote a template. And there was a whole thing in there about low arousal, high arousal. So when those guys trained, they wanted to be very, very low arousal. Like there was no howling at the moon, no fucking, seat at the table, head through the deal. You're not cranking Metallica trying to fucking, smash your head through the bar. Because that was high arousal and that was always safe for competition. So I figured out that you can only have so much, I guess you could say, high arousal a week. And for me, I wanted to save it for Sunday. So I tried to be very even keel, very relaxed. I never took any pre-workout or anything crazy before going out to practice because I wanted to be very even keel, very technical, very, aware of what's happening in a learning state and have a high level, I guess you could say, of intensity, but not high level of arousal. Now come Sunday, I wanted to hear bombs over Baghdad and fucking run out there at 100 miles an hour and try to kill people. So when Abadjiev was talking about the difference between low arousal and high arousal, what they found was that if the guys were training were high arousal, then they would burn out really quickly and not be able to hit what they expected to in their competition. So what I get worried about when you have these guys that are basically fucking jacking pre-workout before every workout, what's the lingering effect? And not that, people are going out and they're, trying to play in the NFL or set PRs or, win medals with Olympic lifting. But, if you're thinking about high school kids or college kids that are, using performance and training for a certain task, that I think if you go to that well too often, when you need it, it's not going to be there. So if I was you guys, I would avoid anything that looks like NO Explode. I would avoid the pre-workout and just save the pre-workout from when you need that little bit of superpower.
Asked and answered.
Asked and answered.
I'm a loaded freight train and I'm right on track. I'm smoking.